us, the teachers have also told us. So we are supposed to do the segregation. And they have got two small dustbins. Even when the rack picker come, or when the municipal corporation comes, they give them in two pieces. So they have plastic waste different, they have wet waste different. So all these initiatives have also started coming up from the school. The girls over there, they are more active than the boys of the schools I have seen. So girls are, they took me around, they took me to the street, they make me meet the community members, and everyone was so engrossed. So they said, school has told us to do this, and that is why we will do it. So normally what happens is, if we read in the newspaper or they listen to a lecture somewhere, they will not be doing it. But if a teacher tells them that, okay, this is the way you will have to do it every day. So there were children who were bringing wet waste to school, just because they know that wet waste can turn the the peels. So you have this banana peels, you have the leafy vegetables. So whatever goes out of your kitchen can actually be turned into the manure, which can be used later by the plants. The children have started growing their own vegetables. So the children used to bring the wet waste to school. The school used to dump it. There was a huge pit. They made a compost pit. All the children would put their wet waste into it, and after a month or two it would turn into manure, the fertilizer, and then the school would use it for the plantation, and children would see that, okay, this is the impact that we can have. So it is not, we are taking these sessions not just to take the session for half an hour, and just because Salim sir is very kind to us. It is for a change that we really want the society to have. So if all of you, when we take session and we talk about certain things and you have any doubt, like how do we do it, because whatever we are telling you in this session, it's all doable. We have seen schools doing it, we have seen parents, teachers, students being a part of it. So it's all doable, you all can do it. It's just you have to take that initiative. You have to take this seriously, that yes, this is the need, because long time back, it's also, last time I told you, it's there in the constitution also. And long time back it was also said that uh, it was like, right now we can feel the heat, but it was years back, it was 3 decades back. The books were written, the research papers were written, that this time is going to come, and now it has come. So today we have with us Mansi Jani. She is my colleague. She works with me in Ahmedabad, and she is going to take us through the steps of Green School. So when we talk about school, I told you, you are the teachers and you are supposed to be the torch bearers. So what kind of school do you want to have? So it is the green school that we talk about. Now, green school doesn't mean only plantation. So there are components of green school. So there are four components of a green school. The first one, so she'll talk in detail about it. But the first component is water. How do we manage water? The second is, how do we manage waste? Then how do we manage energy? And there is a biodiversity. Biodiversity means the kind of plants and animals we have in our campus. So animals, from the moment we listen to animals, it's like tigers and lions and elephants. It's not that. Animals include the small insects, the beautiful birds, the earthworms, the gecko which is there in the school. So everything is involved in the animal kingdom. When we talk about plants, it's the native species that is localized, that is, of that area. So we are not talking about the exotic plants. We're talking about the native species. So Mansi is going to tell you in detail. If any moment of time you have any doubt, please stop us, ask us, or write in the chat. We will be there for you. Yes, Mansi, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. So, thank you, Gayatri ma'am, for introducing me and briefing about the Green School. So, let us talk about the Green School component. Um, my screen is visible, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Visible.
So when we talk about the green school, there are few components we need to work on. So first we will take water management. So what we can do apart from greening and plantation, we can manage water by doing water audit. For an example, you need to do water audit of the water consumption per day in your school. Like And apart from the total consumption of the water, you can also fix the leaking tap, and you can even audit the water wastage from those leaking taps and leaky faucets. And after doing this audit, you can also go for the water reuse. For an example, if you go for the hand washing station water reuse, the used water can be reused in the plantation. I mean, watering the plants. You can divert those pipes into for the watering the plants. And after the water reuse, we can harvest the water through the rainwater harvesting system. And even if you do not have those rainwater harvesting system, your school needs at least keep the pathways and the surrounding of the plants be some give some space for the water to percolate through the soil. And water collection. So what we can do is when the school when the students are off to their homes, before they left the school, we can collect the leftover water in their bottles. So if for an example, one student has only 100 ml water left in his or her bottle, so we can collect so much of water by doing this, and we can reuse that water for plants, watering the plants. So we'll move forward for the next component, that is waste management. So again, you can do the waste audit from the it is about the generation of waste. You can go for the how from where the waste is coming, and how much the waste is coming from, and how you can reduce the waste. And even doing this audit, you can go for the waste segregation also, so that you can compost the wet waste, and you can send the dry waste to the recycling purpose. And even you can do the reuse of the few of the dry waste. For example, if you are collecting the waste, plastic waste. So recently we got the information that when we talk about the eco brick, it is not a good idea to go for the eco brick system, because we are mixing the types of plastic in one thing, and which led to the waste dumping. Because when two plastics are merged, it is not go for the recycling, it is just go for the dumping purpose. So when we think that eco brick is a good idea, but it is not a good idea to do. But apart from that, because you can segregate the waste, even plastic waste, because there are 7 types of plastic, and you can segregate those waste, like type 1 waste, type 2, type 3, and it till type 7. So after waste management component, we will move forward for the energy management. Doing After doing the water and waste, we need to focus on the energy management, because ultimately we are using those thermal power, and it is using more thermal and more energy, it is leading to the burden to the earth only. So we also need to save energy by doing energy audit, replacing the old lights through those replacing the lights. And you also need to go for the solar panel. So using solar energy is also one of the good option to go with. And you can also contribute to solar energy, like because it reduce the burden on the earth ultimately. and energy save. There are small steps like you can put those instruction note on the switchboard to with the message that turn off the light while leaving the classroom, turn off the fans while leaving the classroom, etc. By doing this, we can save energy. And as ma'am said, greening. So greening does not only mean plantation, but it also needs to be planting native species so that we can, because native species grow easily in those in your area. And if you bring some new plants that is not native to your space, it will take more energy, more efforts to grow there. And after some time it can become invasive species, and it can dominate the native species of that particular area. So we need to plant native species which can bring biodiversity. For an example, you can plant some flowering plants so that butterflies can come there, and even some fruiting plants species which can be those fruits can be consumed by different types of birds and insects. So after the native species, the drought resilient, if you see, the native species of our area of before, I mean, if there is a history or something, okay, we can those species are drought resilient also. The plants grow in the particular area are grown according to those environment. And when we introduce some new species, it will not be able to adjust in that environment. And rather than doing introducing new species to the environment, you can plant native species so that the ecology and the biodiversity of that area will maintain. So over to you, ma'am. uh,
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Mansi.
you.
Thank you. So we have listened like what are the four components of green school, right? So now we know that we need to work on these four things. Now, how do we work is what we are going to talk about. So give me a minute. So we know we need to work on water, we need to work on waste, we need to work on energy and greening. But how do we do it? There has to be a process. So Mansi discussed about certain activities that you can do when you're having this. Uh, okay. So these are the 7 steps that we need to follow for achieving a green school status. So if you see the first one, it is forming an eco school committee. Now, many schools, according to the government, no, we have this NGC, National Green Corps, which is introduced by the central government for every school so that the schools can have green club, eco club. The different states have different names. But if you form that committee, so there is a committee where teachers should be there, a support staff should be there, some parents should be there, management should be there. So, and 7 to 8 or 7 to 10 students should be there, the leaders. And then the others can obviously be the part of it. So these children can form a committee. Then the way Mansi told audit. So then they will have to do an audit. For audit, they need to go in the school. So that there can be different teams. So for water, there is a team. For waste, there is a team. For energy, there is a team. And for greening, there is a team. And this team goes around the school and they start observing, okay, how much water are we consuming? Are there any leaky taps? How much energy are we consuming? Are the lights switched off when children are moving out of the classroom? Are the bulbs LED bulbs? Because LED bulbs saves a lot of light. So are they LED bulbs? If suppose AC is there, is the AC on throughout the day or we are switching it off also? What kind of trees do we have? Do we have birds in our campus? So all these things. So when you will work with us, we are going to give you a format. So this audit formats are already there. We'll give you those formats and you just have to do the survey. So children also learn a particular skill about it. Then the teachers will have to review it. So they will have to do a curriculum integration because the things that we are talking, it's already there in your curriculum. no matter which class teacher you are. Like if you are from grade 1 to 12, it's everywhere. Now in college also, environmental education is compulsory. So they have an elective where environmental education needs to be taught. So in schools, you have it in your curriculum and you just have to integrate. So when you're teaching maybe English, in English, there is a poem on plant or tree or daffodils. You just have to connect it. In maths, you have graphs, you have addition, subtraction, you have word problems. This can be connected. In social science and science, everywhere there is a chapter. So there has to be a curriculum integration. So children don't think it that it is something else that we are supposed to do. After doing a review and a curriculum integration, we are supposed to plan an action. So if we see there are 10 leaky taps, then what is the action? So either we call a parent who is very good at repairing and the parent repairs it, or we hire someone, he repairs it. Because their water loss is huge. When you do the water audit, you will understand that in a day, it's 250 liters of water which is getting wasted just because there's a leaky tap. So that amount of water can be wasted. So what do we do? Suppose there are bulbs to be replaced. We talk to the management, we have bulbs being replaced. Suppose there are solar panels you want to install, then government gives aid for solar panels. But we don't even know that solar panels are so important. So we can again approach the management. If suppose it's plantation, children can do it on their own. They can create their own kitchen garden because many schools that we have worked with, they've created their own kitchen garden. They have their own soak pit. They have their own water recharge pit. Rainwater harvesting systems have been constructed. So all these initiatives can happen. It can start from a very small initiative which is done by the child, and then you can talk to the management and it can go to the management level. Then you do the implementation. During the implementation, we need to inform and involve the community. So community needs to be there. The parents and the people who are living near the school should always be involved because your school must be built on a particular land, but the earth belongs to everyone. So if you're doing something good in your school, then it has to spread out so that the community also they support. Because there are few schools that we went to, and the problem there is the community. No, suppose it's Saturday, Sunday, it's holiday. So what they do is they open the school door and they come inside. They use the swings, they use the garden, and they urinate and they make it very, very dirty. So they do it. They steal, they break, but if we work with the community, then they also become a part of that school and then they won't harm anything. In fact, they'll help you with a lot of things. So community needs to be there. And after that, at the end, you need to have a pledge. So once you go through this entire program, you will have to make a promise that yes, this is what our school is always going to do. Suppose waste. So we are always going to segregate the waste. Wet waste will turn into composting, so manure, and dry waste will go for recycling. So such kind of should be there. Now, this is a 7-step pedagogy that I talked about: formation of committee, environmental review you need to carry, then you need to link it to the curriculum, make an action plan, monitor and evaluate it, inform and involve everyone, and then produce an eco charter. When you run with this program, so I'll tell you what is this program and why it is beneficial. So we are talking about the Eco School program, right? And it's a global program. It's an international program. So it's run by FEE globally. A lot of countries are attached to it. And in India, CE, the organization that we all belong to, is the national operator. So in India, we only have the authority to give the Eco School accreditation to the school. It's an international accreditation. It was launched in 1994 and is the largest global sustainable school system. It is also certified by UNESCO. So UNESCO is a UN body. UNESCO's greening education policy also supports this. Okay. Now, these are the themes that we work with. So we talked about, Mansi already told you about all the themes. It's waste, water, biodiversity, energy, and healthy living. Food also is there. And these are the SDGs that we cater to. So there are 17 SDGs which are important for mitigating the climate change. So for SDGs, it is there. Okay, now if you see, the Eco School program in India was launched. So if you can see in the photograph on your left side, the Indian, he's Kartikeya Sarabhai, our director. He's common in both the photographs, so you will understand. So they came to Ahmedabad to our office, and if you see the background, that's our office, and it's totally green. It's a camp. It's a urban jungle. It's in a forest, and where you will have our offices are small small buildings which are happening, and we never cut. So there is no cutting of trees. Plus, there is no cleaning of dry leaves. because dry leaves are needed for composting. So we don't even clean the dry leaves. Everything just falls on the ground. No one is allowed to take anything from the campus. So we have a lot of fruits. Fruit trees are there. There are a lot of like curry leaves. If you see everywhere, there's curry leaves, snake plants. There are a lot of fruit trees. Wood apple is there. Cherry apple is there. Bananas are there. Papayas are there. But we don't take anything home. It is all for the animals and the plants and the birds who live there. So there are a lot of monkeys, there are a lot of peacocks in our campus. Dogs are there, owls are there. A lot of species of birds are there. So it's for them. So we don't touch it, but this is what our office is. And in India, we have been running this program. So currently, we have 250 plus schools with us. It is for all the boards, and the age group is grade 1 to grade 12. Anyone can participate. It follows the 7-step pedagogy that we talked about. After you do all the 7 steps, we come, we audit your school, we see whether you have done it or not, and then we give you the certification. So in the image, you will see there is a flag. So this green flag is given, and there's an accreditation badge that you get. You can put it in your school, and your school then becomes an internationally certified eco school. Okay, so this we talked about the 7 steps. The benefits of this program for student is it gives students skills for 21st century, and they start appreciating the environment around them. They start recognizing, yes, there is a need to do something about the environment. You can see in the images, these are all government school students who are doing waste segregation, they are doing biodiversity audit, they're collecting, they're cleaning beaches. So in Tamil Nadu is very rich in terms of beaches, and I've been to this Chennai beach. So it's if you see the workers will come and clean it, but people will still throw the garbage over there. So and it's across our country, across everywhere, wherever we go, people keep on throwing the trash everywhere, and it depends on the municipal corporation how clean can they make it. But if the cleanliness drive is done by the children, then the people also will be sensitized. And what they do is they feel, okay, if children are cleaning, then we are not supposed to throw it. So this change also we have seen in particular areas. For teachers, again, you get a lot of resources, educational resources regarding environmental education. And we have a lot of national and international opportunities. So we do take a group of teachers to Japan every year for an exchange program. Apart from that, we have a lot of online exchanges also with the international authorities. There are children who are participating with 5 country children. So there is this online exchange program which is going, and this Japan exchange is in person. So teachers can go to Japan. We take them, they learn from Japanese culture, Japanese school system, they come back and they implement in their school. Apart from that, we have a lot of other programs which you can be part of. Okay, so this is a whole school approach, and we give you the guidance, and you join a global network of schools. So you will be able to talk to teachers of other countries also. Um, okay. So this is so we whatever the days are there, like right now Earth Overshoot Day is coming. So we celebrate those days, and we tell you what kind of activities you can do in your school. And how do we do it? So every month, once in a month, we meet. So all the teachers of India, they meet and we discuss what has been happening in their school. And so this is not, the image is of an in-person meeting, which again we have it. You have an option of coming to our campus and have a meeting, or we have it online. So again, online meeting is also there. And we have traditional knowledge being included in the work that we do. So Eco School is an international program, but we have traditional knowledge also. Now, how do we participate? So for registration, you need to go to this website. You can note it down somewhere. Mansi, if you can write in the chat also, ecoschools.in is the name of our website. You have to register there, and you can also coordinate with Salim sir. So the ones who are interested in this Eco School program can talk to Salim sir, and Salim sir will get back to us. So if you want to register, there is a nominal fee. All other programs are free for you. So the moment you enroll in this program, all other international and national programs become free for you. So this is a network that you join. And depending on, private school, government school you are in, or a group of school you are, there'll be a nominal fee. After that, the school has to nominate a teacher in charge. Then we are going to again have an orientation session. So this is just a half an hour session. But when we have session, it is around 1 to 1.5 hours, where we talk everything in detail. So we'll talk about the 7-step pedagogy. How do we do it in your school? Then you do formation of eco school, you do audit, you do curriculum integration. That is done by your side. We give you all the resources. Then you prepare a report, you submit it to us by March, and we give you the certification. Okay, so give me a minute. Yes, we give you a certification. So you get the international accreditation. You can use it on your stationaries, you can use it on your website, and you can tell the government also that you are internationally recognized as a green school. So this can be done. After you register, you get a login ID and password. On our website, you get a dashboard. Through the dashboard, you get all the access. Okay. Now, if you can tell me if you have any question, you can ask us at this moment of time, or you can write in the chat. We will get back to you. I will just write in the chat. Yes, this is the name of the website, ecoschools.in. Any questions, anyone? See, if you have no question, that means either you did not understand anything or you have understood everything. We still have 4 minutes to go. So if any question is there, please do ask.
All practical things ma'am has shared, we have to implement in our own schools immediately. From today itself, many programs can be introduced. So you can share your experience in your schools and problems regarding environment. Very good opportunity.
Yes. So if you have a problem of waste in your school, right now you have the platform, you can actually speak. It's okay, you don't have to switch on your videos. I'm sure it is early morning, so you all must be at your homes. So if you can just share, is there a waste problem? Because in many schools, we have seen the children also, they throw waste just out of the window. They're sitting in the class, there's some paper, just throw it outside the window. They're eating a wrapper. Right now, our country, the development model that our country is following is also a little tricky. So we have a lot of waste wrappers. We believe in, give me a minute. My pet wants to come over. Okay, give me a minute. Yes. So if you can just, yes. So the wrappers that the children use, it is just this amount of chips, but it is big wrapper. The chips are eaten in 2 minutes and the wrapper is thrown as a waste. So Vimansi shared that eco bricks is not a good solution. So you have a plastic bottle, you keep on putting waste into it. It is not going to go for recycling. Anything which has to go for recycling has to be segregated first. So there are 7 types of plastic. You need to read it is 1, 2, 3 for which type of plastic. Then you put a segregation, then you give it to a recycler, they make products out of it. But recycling is important. If it is wet waste, children are bringing bananas, orange peels, anything which is left out from the vegetables. You just put it in a pit, put some soil, again some peels, again some soil, and you let it be there for 1.5 months. It's going to turn into a manure and you can use it for the garden. So in nature, there is nothing as waste. We don't have waste in nature. And that is what we need to learn from nature. So if you can take small initiative, like in fact, repairing a leaky tap or doing an audit and understanding which kind of birds are coming to your school and how do we preserve them. If suppose there is a gecko, the lizard is there in your class, mostly children are scared of lizard, even adults are scared of lizard. But every organism has its own importance. So lizards are there so that you don't have any insects in your classroom. The moment you remove the lizard, there'll be a lot of insects. Spiders have their own importance. So every insect, we need to tell children there's nothing to be scared of, because the moment you are scared of, you start killing that animal. And that is what we are not supposed to do. So whatever is around us, we should appreciate it and be with it. Yes, any questions if you have, please do ask or talk to Salim sir and he'll get back to us. Yes, Salim sir, over to you.
And we will be continuing,
Assalamualaikum.
ma'am. Yeah, still.
Uh,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Hello.
Yes, Fatima.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Gayatri ma'am and G for this enlightening program. We, Fatima Central Senior Secondary School, Saidapet, are also a partner of Eco Schools. And if you actually join this program, it will be a consistent process of saving the environment. As Salim sir was rightly introducing Gayatri ma'am, it is actually a connection between the student, school, and the environment. So, since the future stakeholders are the students, the schools have the primary duty to make a proper policy makers. And environment sounds to be very simple to everybody, but if it gives a shake finished we. So that's very important to enlighten these young children with with actually the SDG goals. And we all know, like, we have to compost waste, and we should not waste electricity. But to be consistent, if we actually include, no, involve us in these kind of programs, it'll be a consistent process. And we do have vermicompost, and our whole school, like, we manage waste, and we conserve electricity, and we all what all measures to be taken, no, to safeguard the environment. Waste management is actually the most important crisis, actually, which the government and also, like, other organizations are difficult. It's very difficult to manage. So organic waste, actually, it gives to the exposure of all advanced greenhouse gases. Actually, like, through eco schools program only, we came to understand what is we know what are greenhouse gases, but advanced greenhouse gases, like, they give a large of like carbon print. So all these, like, we understood because of eco schools program. So, like, it's very, like, to be consistent and make the and also, like, simultaneously we'll also, like, be like, helped with the link of international schools, and how actually they preserve the environment. No, simultaneously the skills of the school students also will be enhanced. So it is very, the need of the hour to safeguard our environment. And to be consistent in the process, like, these kind of programs will help us, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prashalika Vano, from Fatima School. Many important points today we have shared with you, teachers. All the points you can implement from today itself in your classroom and in your school. Particularly, Sister Mansi Jani has given many points which are very useful. Water management, showing selecting water bottle, remaining water in a bucket, and reusing it for the plants. Very good idea. That can be immediately implemented. If not at a school level, at least from your class level, you can start. Being the class teacher or subject teacher, you can start this program. And energy management, we are seeing fans and light and ACs going on and on even after the class is over. We have to make our students conscious of these things, to put off all the fans, lights, and ACs. So that is also a practical idea which has to be implemented. We have to tell to the students, and activities to be done in schools for green school, small gardens. Sister Mantijani has shown many visuals. In the school itself, small gardens can be developed. Inside the classroom or outside the classroom or outside inside the campus, or at the rooftop, many options are available, but only intention is needed. So we are very thankful to Gayatri Devi ma'am also for showing concern for this, and we may be like to listen more from her on many themes, because she says no, only theoretical knowledge alone is not enough for environmental changes, but practical things we have to do it. And forms, and we have to immediately implement these things, form an eco schools committee that can be formed, that we have to initiate. If we have principal or correspondent, we can do it, but being a teacher, how to do it, that is very easy. You have to talk to your principal or your correspondent that I have heard such a program and it is a need of the hour. So let us have a school committee. Then curriculum can also be revised or included in if environment is not there. And implementation and monitoring and evaluation, many points Gayatri ma'am has shared, and maintaining gardens, fruits, very ma'am has told that in the garden, fruits are not consumed by the people, but it is left for the animals and birds, and for that it is meant. And lizards and spiders should not be disturbed. That is also very important thing. We used to kill them, but ma'am has told, it is also environmental nature. It is also environmentally helpful to us. So many important points we have heard today. We will implement it in our schools. Thank you, Sister Jani ma'am, Gayatri Devi ma'am, and we will be listening more from you and all. So with this, this program comes to end. Thank you very much.